Imagine a world without fire, and what would it be like? The use of fire has played a very important role in human history. Controlling fire increased the chances of human survival and made civilization what we are part of today. A world without fire would be a dark, cold, and savage place. Mankind and the world would struggle hard to survive. Mankind would not be able to cook. This would have significantly reduced the variety and nutritional value of food. Raw foods that are difficult to digest would cause diseases and digestive problems. In a world without fire, our eating habits would be less tasty, less nutritious, and more dangerous. Food would be harder to preserve, increasing food waste. We would eat foods such as fruit, vegetables, meat, and fish raw. Raw meat and fish are a source of bacteria and parasites. They cause many health problems such as food poisoning, parasitic infections, diseases, loss of nutritional value, digestive problems, and dental problems. In a world without fire, people are likely to become cannibals. In this scenario, people would seek different ways to survive and evolve differently. Possible causes of cannibalism: hunger. Without fire, it would be difficult to cook and store food. This could lead to food shortfalls and starvation. Starving people would have turned to other people for survival. Cold. Without fire, it would also be difficult to keep warm. People could use human flesh and fat to stave off the cold. Despair. Harsh conditions and desperation could cause people to despair and lose sight of their moral values. But we could find alternative cooking methods to fire, such as solar energy, friction, or chemical reactions. In a world without fire, there would be no industry. Fire has pioneered many technological developments that form the basis of industry. High temperatures are needed for the processing of iron, steel, and other metals. Steam power was the main driving force of the Industrial Revolution. Water must be boiled to produce steam power. Many methods for generating electricity use heat sources such as coal, natural gas, or nuclear energy. Modern means of transport, such as trains, ships, and airplanes, run on energy produced by burning fossil fuels. None of these processes would be possible without fire. Would a world without fire really be a nightmare? Imagine waking up in such a world. When you woke up, you would be in a cold and dark cave or shelter, and you would have to wear thick clothes to prevent from getting cold because sunlight could not provide heat. There would be no cooked food, so you would eat raw fruit, vegetables, and nuts for breakfast. Before nightfall, you had to go out with your family to find food and water. The food you gathered had to be eaten raw or dried in the sun. After sunset, your real struggle began. A night without fire would be dark, cold, and frightening. After sunset, the world would be plunged into darkness, and the only source of light would be the stars and the moon. In this darkness, it is difficult to see. Without artificial light sources, people could hardly see at night. This made daily activities and hunting difficult. Wild animals and other dangers could hide and attack more easily in the dark. This made going out at night dangerous and frightening. The cultural impact of fire on the development of civilization cannot be underestimated. In a world without fire, people would not be able to come together at night and in cold weather to keep warm. In this case, communities would never exist as they do today, and the socialization and bonding of communities would weaken. Without the light of fire, it would not have been possible to create artistic artifacts such as cave paintings and sculptures. Storytelling and song would diminish or disappear due to the difficulty of gathering in the dark and cold. Performing arts such as music and dance were also affected by the absence of the tradition of gathering around the fire. Communication and solidarity within families and communities decreased, and individualism increased. Rituals and celebrations would have to take place in different ways without the central role of fire. Fire is considered a sacred element in many cultures and has an important place in mythology. The absence of fire would significantly alter or destroy religious beliefs in mythology. Fire worship and fire-related rituals would disappear, and new belief systems and rituals would emerge. A world without fire reminds us what a precious resource fire is. Fire is not only a means of heating and cooking, but also critical for human progress and development. As a result, A world without fire is a nightmare that mankind would never want to live in. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.